everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're bringing you another product review. It is a 6,000 amp boost pack, jump starter, whatever you want to call it. For full transparency, we were sent this for an honest review. That's what we're going to do for you here today. We were excited because we wanted to compare it with our other jump pack, which is the NOCO Boost, the GB150. So look for that in future videos where we can comparing the two to see where they're at. I mean, this one has a bold claim of 6,000 amps, so we're going to see how that plays out. The name of this is a funny name. It's JF.EGWO. It's not really a name. It stands for stuff. So JF stands for Jolly Flying. E stands for energy. G stands for growth. W stands for worth. And O stands for optimization. So I guess they just put it as letters for what you need. Now this unit here is rated for it'll start a 13-liter gas or 13-liter diesel. I don't know if I've even heard of a 13-liter gas, but I'm sure there's something out there. It's 65 watt, two-way fast charging, so it charges pretty quick. You can get from 0 to jump start in probably like 4 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that, it said. It also has DC out, so you can also charge your phone, run stuff off these, so just like a lot of them. And of course it has the spark proof tech, so you can't spark, and the reverse polarity protection, plus a bunch of other stuff. So what we want to do is get you guys closer, show you what's in this box, and we'll tell you a little more about it along the way. So let's get you over here so you can see what comes in this box. All right, guys, now that we got you closer, let's open this thing up. I mean, to start on the outside, it's got a nice, it's a hard case. Well, I call them the hard soft cases, the oxymoron case. So it's harder than a soft case, but it is a soft case. So it's got that, that's nice, and it's labeled jump starter, so you know if you have a few things in your truck. Comes with the books on it. This is the one that tells you what the name stands for and about the company. They've been in business for over 19 years or something or 17 plus years. That's what it is. So the all-in-one, that's what we're going to show you here. First, let's get into the top. See what we got up here. We have the jump part that plugs in. And also the boost button for this is on the back, and it's not recessed. It is picked out, so you could probably do this with gloves on also. My first thing when I seen this was the cables look pretty tiny. They're 8-gauge cable, but it looks pretty tiny, especially when I'm compared to the other one we have. But I mean, I guess can't judge a book by its cover. This is your USB-C charge cable. You also have the DC if you need that to run something, and you have your power brick to plug into here to charge it. So you got that. Next, you have the unit. There's the instruction books for the unit if you need to know what something means, but this is a pretty basic, straightforward unit. See, it shows you right here, 6,000 amp right on the front, and this does have it's a 600 lumen LED light on it. You can see it right there. So, and it also has the 3 modes, the SOS and all that good stuff. It is IP65 rated, so it's got that water, dust proof, drop proof protection up to like 1.5 meters or something like that, and it's supposed to be able to be used -40 to a +140. I'm thinking at -40, these things are always reduced in what they could do. So if this is cold and your truck's cold and it's a diesel, you probably aren't going to start it. But I don't know, and it's supposed to have a 25-month or 24-month standby time. Like I mentioned, it is also the power station, so you do have all the different ports. You have the 12-volt out, so like you need this and run like maybe a portable cooler or something, you have that. You also have the USB-C out, so you can charge your cell phones or iPads or something like that, and a regular USB out. So you got all the outs there. And then on the other end, you have your port for the boost cable when you're going to plug that in. One thing I noticed on this a little bit, these don't fit in there very tight. I mean, and if it's supposed to be IP65, you think they'd fit in there a little better than that, but they're not in there great. But one of the cool things about this is the display. It's got a nice 3.7-inch display over here. Hopefully you guys can see it's probably blinking for you guys, the refresh rate, but it's charged to 100. We got her charged right up. So you can see it's a nice, easy to understand display. And you've seen with that, the book will tell you everything about the display and what everything on there means. You can see all the different things on there. If you're ready for, if it's do not start, if you need to do something else, it'll tell you all that. So it has a full information screen. And then with that on, you could press the button down here for the light, because that's the only 2 buttons. Oop, it shut off on us there. But you can see the light there, the SOS light. So right there, 100. It does auto shut off too, but that's the unit right there. A little more I can tell you about it. It also has the, like I mentioned, the boost function on the back. Before, the older ones used to have the recess button. This one is not recessed anymore, so that's good. And supposedly it has 10 layers of protection, like the over voltage, short circuit, overcharge, high and low temp, all that good stuff. So it's got a lot of features in it. And at this price range is right up there with the NOCO. So I mean, it's really got to perform if you're going to demand that kind of price over the NOCO. So we'll find that out. The size of this is it's 4 inches by 9 inches, and it weighs about 2 pounds. So it's not too bad. I mean, it is bigger than some of the other ones, but it is 6,000 amp claim. So I'm sure you needed something a little bigger to keep that going. All right, guys, that's pretty much what's here. With all that being said, let's go start our first thing. We're going to go jump start the 2020 Ford F-150. It has the ECO Boost in there, so it's only, what, 2.7 liter, but it should start that with no problem. What we're going to do is disconnect the battery and then try to jump start it without the battery, because I know the battery's good in that one. So we want to undo the battery completely, hook this up, and see if we can start it right from a get-go. So let's go over there and try that out. All right, guys, our first test has come sooner than we expected to use this jump pack. This is a 2008 Ford Edge Limited, and the battery, it's been sitting here for a few days. The battery totally died for some reason. It's a fairly new battery. It's the end of 2021, so it's not even 2 years old, and it died already. We already had to use the co-hanger in the corner of the door trick to get the door open because everything was locked. So our first test is going to be this. You'll see on the key, nothing. You'll see over here, we'll try to start it. Totally dead. Great, light 1 comes on the dash, so nothing. So we're gonna hook this jump pack up to it and see if it'll start a totally dead battery. Now this one should easily start this thing here. I mean, it's supposed to start a diesel because it is 6,000 amps, like we mentioned. But that's 6,000 surge amps. So, like with our other jump start, these cables are way thinner than that. That's for our diesel.
You mean thicker?
What'd I say?
You said thinner.
Yeah, way thicker. So, we're gonna try that on here. I mean, this should, like I said, it should easily start this one without any issue. We're gonna get our leads on, get this turned on. And like I said, the cool thing about this one is the nice display on this is awesome. So you can hear it if you get close enough. You can hear it clicking over here. That means it's ready to go. We should be able to just crank this. I don't think there's anything else we got to press. We'll have him try to see if any lights come on. Any lights come on?
I hear the dinger.
Oh, we got a dinger going, so it's got power. Go ahead. Oh my God, that easily cranked that. I mean, that was completely dead. I mean, no lights came on, and it easily started that. You can hear that initial, that big start. It started it really easy. Sorry guys, you can't hear me that well. I don't have the mics with me, but I thought this was a perfect opportunity to record this for you guys. So it easily started that. We're gonna disconnect that. We'll do another test like on a diesel here shortly. So good thing, worked nice. I just want to mention too, guys, here, this was at 100% when we started because we charged it. I know it's blinking for you guys, but turn it back on. It's at 85%, so it took 15% just to jump this car, which seems aggressive, but we'll see how many more it'll do on this charge because it was fully charged. So just a note. All right, guys, we are under the hood of the 2020 Ford F-150 with the ECO Boost. We're going to disconnect this battery and see if this thing will jump start it. I'm sure you can guess what size that is. The old 10 millimeter. Get those all loosened and pulled off. Go. We are fully disconnected. You can see none are touching it. Now we're going to hook up our unit. Pretty simple hookup. It's got the one plug function and it only goes in one way. So you're going to do this. Make sure it's in all the way. We are in all the way. And like I said, it does have that spark protection where you're not going to hook it up wrong. All the positive, I mean, these are kind of short leads in my opinion, but positive one is slightly longer. So we'll get that on here. We might have to hit the boost boost button on this one because there's no, it's not going to read anything. Or no, actually I'm hooking it up the wrong way. I don't want to hook it to the battery. I want to hook it to the cable. Bet y'all were wondering what I was doing, right? Just tricking y'all. Anyway, there we go. We're going to turn the unit on. The lights came on the truck, so I know it's powering the unit. And if you listen close, right here, you can hear the click. You guys hear that? It's doing its thing. I'm going to go inside, see if I can get this thing to crank over. And before I press that boost button, it might just start. Okay, as you guys did see, it did start it, but it did shut off. So that's telling me that you are not going to be able to start this if you didn't have a battery in it. You know, some of them, the jump starters, you could literally run it off the jump pack to move it around a lot or something like that. With this one, you won't be able to because it does have the protection to shut it off. So it won't run unless you're hooked up to some kind of battery. So good to know. All right, like I said, it did start it. The book says don't try to start your vehicle more than 5 times consecutively. Then it would want you to disconnect the clamps and wait a few minutes and make sure you have at least 20% battery left before you try it again. 20% battery on your jump starter. So it started fine. It also has, like I mentioned, that boost button. Like if you're having something that's hard to start, you can press that boost button, hold it for 3 seconds. It'll give you a boost of power. But you want to, when you do that, you're bypassing a few systems. So you want to make sure you don't hook up for reverse polarity at that time, because you can fry your system and stuff. So you want to always make sure you hook it up right. So let's hook this one back up. Go try the other one. All right, guys, we're on to the 2017 Super Duty with the 6.7 liter diesel. Love this truck. We're on the second battery, disconnecting them completely. And this is completely cold engine. You can see I'm touching everything. Cold's a relative word on this, really, because we're in Florida. It's not super cold right now. But cold engine. Here we go. We release that one. And we release this one. Nothing's on. We're going to put the jump pack to these battery cables here because this is usually the one that needs to start. So we're going to hook it up to these ones. Just like we did on the 150, the ECO Boost, we're going to do the same thing here. One thing about this that I've noticed, when you're trying to put like this stuff back into here, you better be good at Jenga or some puzzles or something, because it doesn't go in easy. I mean, you might have to take a couple things out of there and keep just the important stuff in. Again, we're going to hook up to the cables. Just keep those hooked up. We'll turn our unit on. It is on. You can see it. It is fully charged again after we did the edge there. You can hear stuff happening. So it's clicking on and off. Let me see if it'll start with just that. Funny enough, though, we don't have any of the batteries hooked up, but it's still running. Unlike on the 150, when we did that, it shut off. It is still going. I'm going to shut this off. Actually, it is off. Okay, well, the diesel will run by itself without any batteries hooked up, just off of the alternator, apparently. So that's pretty awesome, but it won't do it on the gas one. So almost makes you think that the alternator's not working on there, but we know it is. So it will start the 6.7 liter diesel from cold. I mean, if it's like below 0 outside and this is cold too, you're probably gonna have to hit that boost button and hopefully that it starts. These 6.7s usually start pretty easy though. So, but if you got like the 7.3, one of them older ones, sometimes they can be a bear to start. Plus this is supposed to be able to start a 13 liter diesel, which is like a tractor trailer or something. I'm not thinking that's going to be as easy as they're making it sound. If I ever get around to a tractor trailer, maybe I'll see if they'll let me jump start their truck. But there you have it. It started. Let me shut this off. Well, there you have it, guys. A quick review and test of the JF.EGWO 6000 amp battery jump starter. It jump started everything we wanted to start. Again, this ain't ideal conditions because it is warm out. The vehicles were cold, but it's like 89, 90 degrees here, so it's pretty warm. But it did start it with ease, even without the batteries connected. On the diesel, it kept it running. The diesel doesn't need the power like the gas engines do because they're the glow plugs and stuff, so, or there's no spark plugs. So it'll run without the batteries in it as long as you have it running. The gas will not, so remember that. Two complaints I have about it is the case where you're trying to put the jump cables in there, your power brick and all that. It's like a Jenga fit. It's just so hard to try to get it in there. So you might end up taking your brick out like I think we're going to do with the charging cable, just to make enough room in there so we don't struggle with it so much. And another is the rubber doors that cover all the ports. They're not very tight fitting, so that IP65 rating could be lower that in my opinion because of those. If they're not perfectly seated in there and they move at all, it's not going to be waterproof or water resistant at all. But other than that, it did what it was supposed to do. I love the display on that, the big display. As you see, after the jumps, it didn't take much of the power. On the edge, it took it down a little bit, but that was the initial charge. But it went down a little bit more on that one. But that's no big deal. I still had enough power in it to jump start anything we need. We didn't even have to use that boost button. But like I said, in the cold conditions, cold vehicle, that boost button is probably going to come in handy. So we'll probably test those more. And we're probably going to compare this one against the NOCO Boost at some point, so stay tuned for those videos. We'll put one of those out because we like our NOCO. It's done everything we needed it to do. The GB150 is amazing. And then I got that new one out. I'd love to get my hands on that one also. So we'll see how that goes. See if we pick one up. But with that being said, guys, if you liked the video, found it helpful, useful at all, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will leave links to this and anything else we might have used in here that would be helpful to you guys if you're looking for them. Some of them might be affiliate links through Amazon or something. Helps the channel. Appreciate that. And if we can get you a discount on this jump pack, we'll see if we can. I think there's a sale going on right now on Amazon. I'm going to say it's $31 off, $41 off. So you can, if you head over now at the time of this video, you can go get use that coupon and get it for cheaper. Like I said, it is at the higher price range than I think it should be at right now. I mean, it's, well, with the coupon it's helpful, but it's $300, almost the same price range as the NOCO. The NOCO has the bigger cables. It's, you know, a little more rugged, better light, all that stuff. So this is a little bit higher than you would think it would be, but it's not too bad in today's market for the 6000 amp, and it has done what we needed it to. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and try something new.
Whenever your heart is broken,